All right, we are out at the hills at Big Creek. I think I've mentioned this neighborhood to you before. I'm just going to drive through, show you the neighborhood. These are 5-acre lots. We're in Wentzville still. This is off McHugh Road and Highway 40. Just a little bit north of Piney Road, if you know where that is. So we're officially still Wentzville. Getting out, I know you're trying to stay in a little closer, and these lots are 200,000, but they're 5 acres. But I still want to show it to you just in case, because this is one of my favorites out here, because I think there's a lot of future value here. Like this house here sold for 1.9 million not too long ago. Now they're popping a pool in and doing some other stuff. So anyway, we're looking at, well, there's lot 1 is that way. We're looking at lot 2 here. These are fairly flat. You sit up nice and high up there. You got a farm back behind you on these lots. We'll come around the corner. Lot 7 is my favorite lot. But so again, this is lot 2. These are big. 5 acres is a lot of. So here you go. Just kind of show you the neighborhood. Lot 3 to our left here. It's kind of nice lots. So these over here are interesting. Some of these are sold. There's an interesting one here at the corner, and then lot 7 sits right across the street up here. I know these are sold. Sorry, get my mirror out of the way. I know these lots right here are sold. So this is lot 5. I think this corner one is available. Although now I'm seeing some flagging on it. Maybe that on the opposite side. Looks like maybe it's been staked out. Maybe somebody just bought this corner one. We'll see. So we're at the end of lot 6. This is lot 6 right here. I think it's gone. But last time I checked, we are coming up on right about here, lot 7. Starts about right here. And it's a really nice lot. Backs up to those trees. It's 5 acres. And your view would be trees in the back, and then looking this way between 2 houses, kind of a valley coming out your front door. So I really like this lot 7. I'm assuming it's still available, but I don't know. I can't guarantee it. I think lot 8 was gone. Just kind of show you lot 7 here. Here's a nice house. That's just recently completed. So this is lot 8, which is the corner lot. Another nice lot, but I think it's spoken for. I gotta double check. Again, this is the hills at Big Creek. If you go on their website, he tries to stay pretty updated with what is sold and what's not. Interesting thing here is these lots are not listed for sale. So I'm going to turn on this street. This kind of comes back. Nice roads. So anytime you see a box like this, it tells you it's separation of a lot. So there's a lot sitting right here. I've actually walked back in here before. These could be pretty nice. Obviously you have to clear them, but they can be pretty nice back there. There's some good level areas. There's a lot sitting right here that's decent, but this whole thing starts to fall downhill. And then there's a lot down here in this valley. I don't know if you can see through there or not. I'm going pretty fast. But there's a pretty good valley and a pretty good lowland down here. Same thing on this side. So I would say you kind of want to stay away from this lowland. My guess is it could probably be a little marshy. Kind of look over here. There's a lot that sits back right here. Again, this is the hills at Big Creek. These are a little more expensive, but they're 5 acres, and again, you can always throw an offer. So there you go. And we're coming up now. We're coming up to a lot I think would be outstanding. I see a stake in the ground, so it might mean somebody's looking at it. I know somebody was at one point. So moving on this way, I'm going to take you into my truck again. There's a lot right here that I've walked back up in those trees. It's pretty level up top of this hill. Could be pretty nice. Again, there's a stake in the ground. So this one right here would be pretty nice. But stake in the ground, somebody might be buying it. I don't know. I got to check. Should have done some homework before I came out here. Make your life easier. Nope, I'll do it before I send these. That was like lot 12, I think, that we were just at. So as you come back here, there's really nice lots back here, but the ones here on the left that would just be amazing lots are spoken for. Again, this is another one. I think it's the developer's son or son-in-law has it. There we go. You keep coming around. I think they just put this camera up to catch whoever's doing this. These burnouts and stuff up here. Kind of funny. Looks like a solar camera. Let's wave to it. Hey. There is a lot here that's pretty nice, and there's a lot right here. This whole thing's pretty nice. Another huge lot. These get pretty expensive back here. Some of his lots were pushing 285 and 300, but they're bigger too, 6 and 7 and 8 acres. I just want to show you the development, just so you know what's out here and what lots are going for, and again, just because they're asking 200 doesn't mean that's what they're going for, because if they were going for that, they'd be sold for 200. I say dumb things sometimes. All right, heading back out of here. I'm going to drive down the other street and get out of here. The main street's like a horseshoe with this little street that comes off of it. Again, big development. Gonna be some nice homes back in here someday. He has not listed these lots. That's part of the issue, is there's not a lot of people know about these lots. It's all word of mouth for the last like 2.5 years. And he said he doesn't want to list them. I think there's one right here that might be interesting, but again, don't quote me on this. Obviously, lots of clearing to go on these. So that's where we came in. That's lot 8. Lot 7's up top of that hill right there. Lot 7's my favorite out here. I actually tried to buy it, and I was going to sit on it and build on it eventually, but he wouldn't sell it to me. Because I wasn't building right away. I told him it might be 3 or 4 years. He said he'd rather wait. So there's lots here. This is a big lot right here, but again, it sits down below the road. I don't want to talk for Tony when I do this, but I think he would advise you to be careful down here, because sitting that far down, it's got to be another huge lot right here, but it's got to be a little bit of a water issue. There is one right in here. Is a big lot. There's one there, and then there's one right here that could be an interesting lot. Your house would sit up. Your backyard's not flat, but it's not terrible. So you'd have some interesting views. You got a farm off in the distance and some trees back there, and this tree line would be on your lot. So this would be side of your house, because I think this lot actually comes midway in here. He used to have some markers down. He's kind of picked them all up, I guess. Somewhere right in here is where this lot comes to. And there's a lot sitting up top of this hill. And this is a big lot to the left. It's like, this thing's big, like, I don't know, like 10 acres or something, where all the corn's growing and stuff, big cleared with all the trees. But he wants a lot for it. A lot of money for that one. Forget what it is. We gotta look. So I think that's lot 23. So there is a lot up top of this hill that I've walked. Nice lot, could be interesting. There's a farm right in the center of this. So we're talking about lot 26 here, I think. There's a farm right in the center of this horseshoe main drag. And it, the farm has cows and pigs. And it smelled like the farm has cows and pigs the one day I was up there walking the building site. So that's all, just something to think about. Maybe if you had COVID and your sense of smell went away and never came back, you wouldn't mind that so much. Or maybe you just like the smell of cows and pigs. So I'm not judging for you. So as I come up the main road here, this is McHugh Road I'm back on. Here's that farm I was telling you about. I'm kind of going pretty fast, but it kind of sits right in the middle of this neighborhood and tucks back in there. Don't smell anything right now, but the one day I did, I was like, wow. So that is the hills at Big Creek. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing uploaded. Again, these are $200,000 lots. I know this is over where you told me. I just wanted to show you what was out here, so you can start comparing values of lots and houses and all that kind of stuff. I would think out here, I think there's a 2,700 square foot minimum. I'd have to double check. But these are going to be pricey homes, 1.25 plus, I think. So I'll get this uploaded.